We are now going to walk through the creation of a very simple but very effective flip chart. It can be used across many content levels, and once you create this flip chart, it can be saved and the content can be changed for reuse. We're going to start with a blank flip chart. We're going to create 3 color blocks. I'm just going to use my primary colors. I'm going to choose red, rectangle. I'm going to start from the upper left hand corner. I'm going to drag it all the way across. Then I'm going to just change my colors. I'll do yellow, and it's okay if they overlap. I don't like that it's not covering all the way to the top, so I'm just going to grab it and drag it. Okay, then I am going to create a blue rectangle in the middle. This is what I tell my kids is the magic rectangle, and you will see why in just a little bit. Okay, now I am going to type in a question, vocabulary word, whatever you need for your particular classes. We'll do something simple today. We'll say, who was the first president of the United States of America? Question mark. And then we're going to write the answer, George Washington. Okay, now my text is yellow, and it must be yellow because I left it that way from when I was practicing, but you would want to change your question text to yellow, and then you're going to change your answer text to red. And you'll see why in just a little bit. My answer has disappeared, but we wanted it to disappear, so again, you'll see why in just a little bit. We are now going to use one of the browsers that we talked about earlier. So go to View, Browsers, and we are going to go to the Property browser. Now, I need to make sure that my Select tool is on. I'm going to choose the text. Now, when I chose text, like if I just put it down here on this, well, it's there, but I'm going to choose the text. There are restrictors, there's rotate, I can make my text spin if I wanted to, I can make it move on a path, I can make it move freely. What I want my text to do is move only horizontally. So I'm going to restrict it so that my text can only move horizontally. So there, that's set. I can close it. And now when I drag my text, it only moves this way. It doesn't move up and down, doesn't move side to side. When the kids come to the board, they can only move it one way, horizontally. Now, what I do is I drag my text horizontally, and you'll see the trick. However, the trick is not very effective because my magic box is not doing its job. It's not hiding the yellow text. So what I need to do is go to my object browser. And my object browser is where I layer things. If I click on shape 1, that's the red text. You can see the red is outlined. If I click on shape 2, the yellow is outlined. Shape 3 is a little shape that I created up there that has nothing to do with my flip chart. And shape 4 is the blue bar. I need for my blue bar to be on the top because I want it to appear as if my text is going under the blue bar and doing some magic for my students. So I'm going to drag shape 4 up to the top layer. I'm going to drop it, and that way I have created the image that this is the magic box, and it's turning my question into my answer. So that is simple, it's easy, but it is something that kids can do and that kids will love to do, and they can come to the board and play with it. Now, one other suggestion I do have is that you lock all of your shapes in place, because sometimes the kids will come up and they'll use the select tool and they might drag your box away, and then it kind of loses its wonder as well. So to do that, you go to your object browser, you click on the little notebook paper and lock. Do not lock your text, because you want your text to be able to move. So all of my boxes have been locked, and the only thing that will move now is my text, and I call those my magic squares.